Peace and blessings, Life Warrior. Dharma Shakti here. Happy Monday. If this is your first time watching my video, I am a mother of two, a yoga teacher, a small business owner, a personal development coach, and a spiritualist. And I am super excited to be chatting about today's quote. I just want to remind you that all these Monday messages are designed to intentionally get you to broaden the way you think and even maybe change the way you think. I will just drop this little nugget right here. You know, this Monday message series was really inspired by a quote by Wayne Dyer, who says, if you want to change your life, you have to change the way you think. And for me, quotes have always just been really impactful, like these little 1 or 2 liners that I could just kind of stick in my back pocket and carry around with me in life and reflect on. They were like keys that unlocked the doors of my mind to broaden my perspective. So without further ado, let me get to today's message, which is from the legendary Bruce Lee. Not just an amazing martial artist, but an amazing individual in the way that he thought and the way that he showed up in his life. So let's hear what he has to say. So Bruce Lee says, the poorer we are inwardly, the more we try to enrich ourselves outwardly. Okay, so that word poorer may kind of like rub you the wrong way. I want you to just like feel all prickly, but digest the statement. The poorer we are inwardly, the more we try to enrich ourselves outwardly. So if you've been to my Bluff class or you have hopped into my live stream recently, you may have heard me say this many times, which is we can stop hustling for our worthiness. The less we feel worthy inside, the less we feel beautiful inside, the less we feel talented inside, the less we feel fulfilled inside, the more we try to enrich ourselves outwardly. Now, I don't want you to think that I am trying to say or preach here that you can't enjoy life, you can't have nice things in life, you can't like go out and try to add value and enrichment and beauty and wonderful things to it. You can do all those things. You can enjoy the beauty and the bounty that this life has to offer. You absolutely can. What Bruce Lee is saying here, though, is something I think that we should really consider, which is what is motivating our drive, our desire, and our need and our ambition to enrich ourselves outwardly. What's motivating it? Right? And can we, from a place of deep gratitude, a place of appreciation and contentment for our lives, enjoy the enrichment that comes along rather than hustling to get all these things outside of us to make ourselves feel rich on the inside? This reminds me of something that my guru says, which is, and I know he heard this from somewhere else, but he says this all the time. He says, if you want to know how rich you are, add up all the things in your life that money cannot buy, and you'll know how rich you are. And so I think, you know, when I read this quote by Bruce Lee, it reminded me of my guru and so many other influential spiritual teachers that I've had that all speak this universal message of finding and discovering and uncovering through connecting to the beautiful gem that we are on the inside, loving ourselves, accepting ourselves, being grateful for the things that we have that we consider to be enriching or rich or like abundant and bountiful, right? So the poorer we are inwardly, the more we will try, and that's the key word, try to enrich ourselves outwardly. And the problem with this is when we don't have those things that enrich us, when they're just out of our reach or they are so far out of reach, right? How does that feel for you on the inside? See, the more we try to enrich ourselves outwardly, and the word try there is important because there's no amount of outside stuff that can make us feel rich on the inside. There is no amount of outside stuff that can give us that sense of value right? Because we can have stuff on the outside. We can have the nice house and the nice car and the nice job and the nice partner and the nice, bank status and whatever else. We can go on the vacations and, do the fancy things and take all the Instagram photos so everybody thinks our life is just super rich. Right? Whether we are enriching ourselves with a lot of friends or a lot of lovers or a lot of experiences where we maybe accumulate certificates and degrees. Like we go out and we try to enrich ourselves with all these things, and yet we don't feel full inside. So many people are walking around in this life trying to feel full rather than striving to be fulfilled. And that really requires us being connected inwardly from a place of gratitude in the heart for the things that we have, the things that we've experienced, finding the meaning in life, finding the blessings in life, the blessings. I almost said blessings, which I was thinking finding the blessing in the lesson, right? So I know life is challenging for a lot of us, especially right now. Materially, because the world is in the situation that it's in, and it's challenging many of us. And what happens, like, when all your value and all your feeling of richness comes from the things that you have, what happens when it just gets taken away? Like our 2020 was just swiped away from us for a lot of us. And a lot of things that we valued and a lot of things that we used to value ourselves were taken away, shut down, shifted, reoriented, whatever. We had those challenges, right? And then we're just left with ourselves. We have to find ways in which we can, on a regular basis, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, honor the rich blessing that we are. Honor the richness of your spirit. Honor the richness of your purpose. Honor the richness of the legacy that you were meant to leave. Even if you don't know what those things are, just know that they are in you. You are a treasure house of amazing potential. A treasure, like you are a treasure. It's in you. Like within the acorn seed is the oak tree. Within it is the oak tree. There's nowhere that seed has to go. It needs the right environment. It needs the right environment. And so when we can acknowledge the beauty that we are, acknowledge the gracefulness that we are, we can acknowledge the gift that we are to this world. Even if you don't see it when you look in the mirror, even if you don't see it reflected in the world around you, there has to be a shift within you that believes it just enough to get you going until you discover that treasure chest right inside of you. And once it's cracked open, So I want you to just sit with this and think about, like, am I doing things, reaching out into the world to like make myself feel better about myself? Am I posting this picture because I'm hoping to get a bunch of likes because I want to enrich? I'll feel richer if this picture gets a lot of likes. Am I going to these classes and workshops because I really want to learn and enrich my knowledge of self? Or am I going to these classes because I'm trying to fit in and prove to everybody that, like, I'm on the scene and I know some stuff? There's so many ways in which we try to enrich ourselves outwardly, seeking love and approval and validation. Now, I'm not saying that we should just totally deny ourselves those things and that they are inherently bad. I'm not saying that at all. But when we try to enrich ourselves based on those things outside of us, those outside things are fleeting and fluctuating and can change or go away at any moment. And so then our richness is not built on solid ground. how rich is that? When we don't have a foundation within ourselves of knowing I am a gem. I have so much to offer this world, and I'm here on purpose with a purpose. Knowing that you have beauty, your own beauty, to give this world. I'm so struck at, when I observe people, I'm struck at like the different ways beauty expresses itself through people. It's really truly amazing when people connect with their authentic self, that no matter what they look like physically on the outside, there's a beauty about them, right? And so when we can find the courage, to stop trying to be perfect and just do the good but difficult work of being our authentic self, we will feel a sense of richness, because we will feel a sense of meaning, because we are connected to authentic self. And your authentic self is so meaningful. There's meaning and purpose and reason for your existence here. And when we can really anchor down into this idea that we are a treasure house and we are full of gems, we will stop trying to enrich ourselves outwardly. And you know what's so interesting, it's so ironic, is when we do this, when we apply this to our life, your life will become so rich beyond belief. But people won't, I feel like my life is so rich, but I don't have a big gigantic house. I don't have a fancy car. I don't take 10 vacations a year or own a yacht. I haven't even been on a yacht. But my life feels rich. My life feels so rich, but because I choose to see meaning and find meaning and value in my life in every moment, even in the difficulties. I do my best to find the blessing in the challenge. And when I open myself up to just being more connected and more loving and accepting of myself, the richer I feel, and the more that richness is reflected back to me in my life through friendships, through opportunities, through experiences, through wonderful moments of synchronicities. It truly is amazing. And so I really encourage you to think about this quote: the poorer we are inwardly, the more we try to enrich ourselves outwardly. And don't take this and judge yourself and condemn yourself or criticize yourself or have a pity party of oh my God, I am seeking a lot of validation outside myself. I must be super poor on the inside. Have a good laugh about it and be well, isn't that interesting? That's what I've been doing. Been looking in all the wrong places, because we cannot control the things outside of us. We can only control what's going on inside of us. And so this activity of reaching out to enrich ourselves, it's a safety mechanism, a defense mechanism to sort of feel full. But I really desire for you fulfillment, to feel fulfilled, to feel a richness in your life, regardless of what your bank account status is, to feel a richness in your life, regardless of your relationship status. And listen, you can be going through difficult things and have heavy emotions about challenges in your life, and at the same time still be grateful for the richness that you do have. Those things can exist simultaneously. And if you're feeling man, if you're feeling like your life is empty and a little poor right now, what ways can you connect inwardly? What things can you do for yourself and with yourself and about yourself to find that richness from within? Because that enrichment that you're looking for outside will be short-lived. It'll be temporary. Sure, you can make a lot of money, but then that money can go away during a pandemic. You can make a bad business choice or just have some unlucky thing happen to you and you can get sued and the money goes away. You can get divorced, the money goes away. You can get injured and you're not able to work anymore and the money goes away. And then all your value is based on that outwardly enrichment. And then you're just left with that gaping hole. So let's feel fulfilled on the inside so that we can really have true enrichment within ourselves, and the world will reflect that back to you. And equally so, the more poor we feel on the inside, the more that world is going to reflect that back to us. And so we'll always be trying to enrich ourselves, and it'll be an endless and exhausting chase. So my friends, be kind and gentle with yourself as you process this quote and these ideas, and just have a good think about it. Have a good think about it. Tonight, if you take a bath, or tomorrow when you wake up and do meditation or have your cup of coffee or tea, or you're in the shower, or those moments of quiet solitude that you may catch throughout the day, just think like, what's something I could do to feel more rich on the inside? And if you need a little bit of a nudge here, I recommend that you come up with a declaration for yourself, a statement about yourself that reminds you that you are a treasure house of magnificent gems. Write down a statement, some kind of statement, even if it feels silly or ridiculous or ludicrous or whatever. Feel however you feel about it. Write the statement out and remind yourself every day. By reading it every day, read this statement to yourself every day and remind yourself that there is so much bounty within you. So much bounty within you. But when you finally tap into that, really believe it and own it, even a little bit, the world around you will start reflecting that bounty back to you. All right, my friends, I hope that this landed well for you and it resonated in some way, and that it's some good food for thought. Yes, mental food. All right, enjoy your Monday evening, whatever you do. Take care of yourself. Have a great night. Be safe out there. And remember that I love you. I believe in you. And I'm sending you so much love as I am cheering you on from my heart to yours, my friends. Have a beautiful, beautiful Monday night. I'll see you all next time. Peace and blessings.